Hey guys, I'm Ruth Wilson and welcome back to my channel where we do makeup tutorials for beginners. So in our last video, we did a wonderful in-depth detailed tutorial on a colorful look where we were able to blend two awesome colors together. Now if our makeup lovers who are not a fan of colors really thought that we forgot them, then think again, because that's exactly what today's video is going to be focused on. In this video, we are going to give you an in-depth detailed tutorial on how you can go neutral for our makeup lovers who are not fan of colors. So if you want to see how this look comes out, then keep watching this video. So before we get into our tutorial for today, let's show you an example of what kind of palette you can go for, especially if you only have cash to purchase one palette. Let me show you two examples of what you can actually go for. Now this is the first palette right here. As you can see, all of the colors are very neutral. So we have a lot of browns, we got oranges, we got some lighter colors right here, and we have black and we have gray. This is a palette that has absolutely no shimmers, and you can go all in any direction that you want to go if you are not a fan of colors and you want something that's giving you a little bit more neutral than carnival. And the second example I have is a palette that's by Natasha Denona. As you can see, this palette has gotten a couple of uses, especially these two right here, because what I do love about this palette is that it is very multi-useful. I use this brown here for my contour. Sometimes if I'm in the mood, I use this color here for my blush. This is a beautiful shimmer that you can use for highlight, and this you can use it as a brow bone highlight, or if you want to give that little depth of whiteness on your lid, you can also go in with this shade right here. This is the palette that we are going to be using today by Natasha Denona. It is called the Peak palette. Now personally, I would not recommend anyone, especially if you are a beginner, to go buying this palette because it is very costly for only 5 shades. Now this is a costly palette too, but it gives you a whole lot more shades than this one. Just my personal preference. And if I may add, I did not purchase any of these palettes with my own money. I received them from a makeup subscription. So now get out your pens and papers because it's time for us to learn. So now the first thing we have to do is look for a shade that we are going to use as our transition shade. And what's the very first one that you see that we're going to use is that? You guessed right, this one right here. So we are going to get out our brush and we're going to go in with a fluffy brush and use that shade as our transition shade. So we're going to get into it right now at this point. Now I must tell you that this palette is very pigmented, and if you're using a pigmented palette and you already have makeup on, be very careful with the way you are applying your shadows. So let's get started. Go very, very light-handed on your brush, especially if you are using a palette that has pigment. The last thing you want is for the shades to look too deep and too dark. If you feel like there is a need for you to add some more color, that's okay, just don't overdo. Now that we have our transition shade on, the next thing we are going to do is get out another brush, more like a flatter brush, and we're gonna go in with another shade. And which one would you prefer? Some of us will probably go with the orange. Me, I'm gonna go with this shade right here. The orange would more blend in very nicely. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna go with this burnt orange shade right here. So we're gonna go in with the orange shade and we're going to pack that right at the end here. As you pack it in, you are able to see the depth of that orange. It's so pretty. Very, very pretty. If you want to, you can come in just a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much. And then you're going to take back your fluffy brush that you applied the transition and blend, blend, blend until you don't see where one shadow starts and where it ends. Remember, do not apply any more product on your fluffy brush. There we go. And now it's time for us to apply our next shade, which is definitely going to be this shimmer right here. So now we are going to pick up the shimmer on our brush and we're going to pat that on and create the perfect crease, non-cut crease on our eyes. Here we go. Be very careful. The shimmers, when they drop onto your skin, there is no turning back on how to get it off, all right? And when you are taking in that shadow right there, you are taking it into the burnt orange. So you blend the colors together. Now, in case you are wondering exactly how am I able to put on the shimmer in such a perfect manner for the cut crease, let me tell you. Now, if you take a brush and don't poke yourself, but if you take the brush or with your finger, you are literally able to feel your eyeball. That is perfectly where the cut crease goes. So because of that, I know exactly where I need to place my brush so that I can create that cut crease, non-cut crease style, and I know exactly where the shimmer needs to go on my eyes. You'll be able to feel it with your brush or even with your fingers. And remember, if you're gonna feel, don't poke your eye out, it's gonna hurt. All right, now that we have our shimmers on, we can go a little bit further with this. If you want to, we can still use this deep dark brown. So I'm gonna now take a pencil brush and I'm gonna go into this deep dark brown and just lightly tap because this palette is very pigmented. And now I'm going to take it and brush it along the lash line above and below like this. So you're starting like this. And you bring it up just a little bit. There you go. Can you see that brown? Yeah, you can. You close your eyes, angle your mirror perfectly that you will be able to see what you are doing. And there you have it. Now we're going to take that same deep dark brown and I'm going to put it on my lash line below like this. Now, if you wanted to, you could have used the orange, you could have used the transition shade. It's all up to you as to where you want to go, the direction that you want to go. And where we use that orange, we can go back in with it just a little bit. Not too much, just one dab, that's all you need. And you also take that brush with the orange, and now you're going to attempt to blend the shimmer and the orange together. Something that we should have done earlier, but I kind of skipped that method because according to how I see it, it's very well blended into each other, and that's the most important thing. Now I am going to take my dark pencil, whatever color pencil you have you can use for this step, and I'm going to take the black one. I should have sharpened this, but it still can work. And I am going to put my dark pencil on my lash line. If you are a beginner and you are not 100% sure how to blend or how to apply eyeliner on your bottom lash line, please do not attempt it by yourself because you can be doing damages and poking your eyes out. If you are a lash lover, you can go right on ahead and put on your lashes. I am a lash lover, but because this is a beginner video, I am not going to do that. But I am going to go in with my mascara and deepen up my natural lashes. You can definitely see the difference in the eyes at the top to this one. This has no mascara and this one does. When you feel like your eyes are watering from putting on mascara, you stop, you blink, and then you keep going. And there you have it. Perfect neutral eyes for any occasion. Well, that's my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Until then, bye!